Hi guys, welcome. My name is Sahil and I'm going to talk about express entry under Canada immigration in detail in this video today. Guys, express entry is a part of the economic classes category of immigration under Canada. Now, by economic classes, the Canadian authorities actually want people who are ready to enter the job market and contribute to the Canadian economy right from day one that they enter the country. The economic classes, the express entry has 3 programs under its purview. The first one is the Canadian Experience class, second one is the Federal Skilled Worker, and third one is the Federal Skilled Trade. The Canadian Experience class, by its name, refers to people who have Canadian experience. Now, it's a very famous program. People who come as international students in the country usually get a work permit and then go ahead and gather eligible Canadian work experience before applying under this category. The Canadian Experience class has an English requirement of at least CLB 7 and, as the name suggests, must have Canadian experience to be eligible under this program. Now, of course, there are other eligibilities that a person must take care of before creating a profile under the express entry system. Now, the second category under the express entry is the Federal Skilled Worker category. English is again CLB 7, but the management related experience or any other job experience must cater to NOC jobs 0, A or B category. These jobs are particularly like assistant management or managerial experience related jobs. For a better view, I suggest you go ahead on the canada.ca website and look ahead for links referring to NOC jobs. Okay. Now, the third category is the Federal Skilled Trades category. This category was meant especially for people who are skilled in the trades. People like butchers, bakers, chefs, electrical supervisors typically fall under this category. The English requirement is a little less and people can easily achieve eligibility under this particular program. Now, when we talk about eligibility, there are 6 selection factors that a person must look at before even thinking of express entry. Language, education, your work experience, your age, your adaptability factors, and your arranged employment. This is a scale of 100 on which you must achieve at least 67 points before applying to express entry system. There are points to each category and you can go ahead and look at your eligibility, and I will provide a link on the website and below this video for your reference. Now, once you're found eligible under the 100-point category of the 6 selection factors, the next step is to calculate your CRS score. The comprehensive ranking system or the CRS score actually gives you a point on a scale of 1200. Now, skills and experience, age, your spouse or common law related factors, your language, your education level, skills transferability, these contribute to 600 points of your profile. Another 600s can be given by a Canadian degree that you might have, your valid job experience, if you have a provincial nomination program letter, or you have a sibling who's living in Canada as a PR or a Canadian citizen, or you might know French language. Now, once you have your score on the 1200 points, the next step is to enter the express entry pool. The express entry pool of candidates has all the candidates who have been found eligible on the 100.6 selection factor, and then their profiles have been ranked on the CRS score. The highest ranking category people or the highest ranking CRS score point people are invited once Canada immigration holds a draw. Now, a draw can be held every fortnightly or every 2 weeks, but we have seen Canada hold these draws at different frequency and intervals of time. Once you've been invited in any of these draws, you're given an ITA, that is called an invitation to apply. Now, the invitation to apply will give you 60 days of interval to upload all the documents pertaining to your profile that you created when you were making your express entry profile. Documents like your language results of IELTS score or any other language test that you undertook, your WES/the ECA report. Now, WES is one of the most famous organizations that people go for, but please be sure that you choose the right organization depending upon your educational qualifications and your profession. Now, doctors might have a different organization that they might have to go to, like similarly pharmacists or any other profile. So please be sure that you go to the right organization for your educational credential assessment and get the ECA report. After the ECA report, you need your work experience related documents establishing that your work experience was valid and adheres to the points that you claim under your express entry profile. The other documents will be your passport, now your PNP nomination letter, your offer letters if you have a job and you're claiming points in your express entry for that job offer. You need to upload your medical tests, examinations, and then you need to upload your police clearance certificates, that's your PCC documents, your proof of funds, generally for the last 6 months, and then your biometrics. Once you have all of these documents, you build a submission package and then you upload it on the express entry system. Then you pay the fees for your express entry application, and then the file gets transmitted to the Canadian Immigration Authorities, IRCC. You then wait for about 6 months, which is the average time, but be sure that your application processing can take longer or shorter than 6 months. Once the Canadian Immigration Authorities have processed your application, they come to you on the express entry system for an investigation or a question that they might have. If not, then they will go ahead and straight away process your file to PR. That is when you receive a request for your passport stamping, send your passport to the nearest embassy, and then you will get your COPR. Now a COPR is a confirmation of permanent residence. Please be mindful that it is not a PR document, but it is only a confirmation subject to your landing interview. Once you land at the Canadian airport within the time frame that is given on your COPR, an officer will interview you and your family members, all the dependents on the application, then and there at the airport. This sort of interview is very generic in nature, but the officers are actually trying to evaluate you if you lied or if you misrepresented on your application form. They could ask you for all the documents or any of the documents or none of the documents, depending upon how your interview goes. Once you clear that interview, the officer will welcome you to Canada as a permanent resident, and that is when you get your Canadian resident permanent residence. Now guys, this particular video I hope gives you all the insights and a brief overview of how the Canadian express entry system works for immigration. If you have any more questions, please feel free to drop a comment, send us an email, give me a call on the number, and visit our website, and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you.